Hello, once again, everyone. I'm your host, Ray Shasho. Welcome to another edition of Interviewing the Legends, brought to you by the Rockstar Chronicles, Series 1, my book featuring over 45 intimate conversations with the greatest music legends the world will ever know. It's available now at bookbaby.com and amazon.com. Norwegian combo Meer have started their activity firstly as a duo under the moniker of TED GLEN Extended back in 2008. After releasing their EP in 2012, they have expanded the lineup to 8 members who have developed their musical style and changed their project name into Meer for their intention to launch a mixture of orchestral pop, classical music, and progressive rock. They released their debut eponymous album in 2016. Upon their second album, entitled Playing House, which was released in 2021 on the label of Karisma Records. If you like progressive rock's symphonic, orchestral, melodic, catchy, and with lots of energetic spurs, you will find something to like in the music of Meer, and I love them. Please welcome to Interviewing the Legends, various members of the band Meer. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey. I got to tell you, man, I think I first heard you guys on Morrow.com because I'm a big prog rock fan, and I love you guys. You guys need a lot more exposure in the U.S. I really mean that.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, I'll be your PR guy for free. How's that? Now, Meer, is that? I looked up a definition of Meer. Is that a reservoir of water or a lake? Is that what you named it after, or?
Yes, it is. We had a long and difficult name for a while, so we wanted to change it into a shorter name. And we thought long and hard about what we should call ourselves. And the Meer name just popped up. Just M-E-R is actually the Norwegian word for more. And we're always looking for more. So we added an extra E as well, which fitted well because Meer is a word connected with water in various languages.
Right. And
a lot of our music evolves around water as well. So yeah, there you got it.
Yeah.
So.
There's also, I think, a physicist named Meer as well out there, a famous physicist. Yeah. So I was wondering about that. Where did you get the name TED GLEN Extended?
The two of us, me, Johanne, and Eivind, we started up playing when we were back in high school together. Right. And we were just goofing around doing some cover songs and stuff. And we decided to name our band after a character of the
Postman Pat.
The Postman Pat TV series, the children's animated series. Yeah. There's a handyman there. His name is Ted Glen.
Yeah, he's got a really epic mustache.
So, yeah, and but we had to let him go eventually. Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad you did because I like Meer better.
Good.
Well, the obvious question, and you kind of alluded to it, how did the group form? Some of you guys were in high school together, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Eivind and me, Johanne, we went to the same class, and also Mats, our drummer, he was the next one who joined us, and then my brother, Knut, he's the other singer. Mm-hmm. And Morten also is our friend, he's our neighbor. We live just next door to each other. So it's a really tight-knit group of friends, or we have gotten really tight after these 10 years playing together. Sure. So we're it's sort of like a family now, really.
Collective of friends, actually, just playing in a band together.
Yeah, just happened to be playing in the band.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the promo photos of you guys. You guys actually look like the TV series Friends. All you're so happy and,
Yeah, that's a bit over the top. It's not like that all the
time. And Johanne, you're also in another band called Paper Crown. I saw that as well. Right. Yeah. How do you balance the two?
they're very different sort of project. So that's more of a pop or American. What's it called? Yeah, it's more
pop company. Yeah.
And that's a duo where it's only me and another songwriter.
Yeah.
So it's
a duo for now, but it'll turn into 8 people in a couple of years.
Probably.
I hope not. Being 8 people in a band is great, but it's a
blessing and a curse.
It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah.
It's a lot of compromising when you make songs and stuff, and but maybe that's what makes it good too, and that you have these like small arguments and like dragging forth
and big arguments.
Yeah, big arguments too. Yeah, and the dragging back and forth between various members. I think that's it's contributing to like good songs, but also to like it's the feeling of it can be pretty hard sometimes. Yeah. But also receiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we have like. We have this kind of concept where I don't think we mean to do this, but when we work on songs, it's like we have no stone unturned. We have to try like every possibility. Now, what chord can come next? Okay, yeah. We have 12 different ground, what's called tonics tones, and we have to do like 5 variants of the chords. And
yeah,
it's a really meticulous process.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like mathematics sometimes, and it's like pieces of puzzles, and right. Try various variations.
Yeah, try solving a puzzle with 8 people who are drawing the puzzle at the same time.
So you guys are meticulous. So you could go either way. You could just get in there and kind of improvise in the band and come up with something, or you could go your way, which is meticulous. Yeah, and sometimes you get hard on each other when you're like that. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Some songs just happened.
Right.
Start playing a theme and it's written in 2 hours, and some songs take 2 years. So
yeah, exactly. Are you guys musically trained as well? I mean.
Yeah.
You are. Yeah.
Yeah. Different schools.
Yeah. Yeah, we got like 50 years of combined music education in the band, maybe.
Wow. Yeah. So you can read and write music as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's unusual. Yeah.
Oh, you're singing.
Some of the great legends in rock who I've talked to do not read music, which astounds me. I don't know how they do it by ear.
It's a nice tool for communication, at least.
Amazing. Yeah. Could you name everybody in the band? Yeah, we know Johanne. Is it Kippersund? Yeah. Okay, and your brother as well.
My brother
Knut Kippersund as well.
Yes.
Of course, we have Eivind Strømstad.
Yeah.
On guitar, violin. Great violin player, by the way. Is it Asa or? Osari? Osari. Okay. Viola. Can you pronounce that?
Ingvild.
Okay. Ingvild.
Yes.
Is it Nordstoga?
Yeah.
Okay. Piano.
Ole.
Okay.
Ole,
and of course, Morten on bass and Mats on drums.
That's the whole gang.
That's the band. That's going to be expensive when you go touring in the States. I love Norway bands. There's a lot of great. There's a band called Gazpacho. Do you know them? Great band. Everybody knows about it. Aha, big band from Norway. Mm-hmm. And I recently found Motorpsycho. It's a very cool band.
Very cool. Most productive band in the world, I think.
I'm trying to get them on the show. Magenta is another cool band.
Mm.
And here's a weird band from Norway. Is it Eilung? Do you know Eilung?
Eilung?
It's Heilung. I think it's Eilung.
I actually haven't heard about it.
No.
I don't know.
Look them up. They're a very strange band.
Cool.
Very, very primitive. You know, they're very experimental. I want to talk about Playing House. That's your most recent album, and I love it, man. I gave it 5 stars, okay? I said, it's an incredible group of artistic voices and musicians, sophisticated, sexy, epic, brilliant. Many tracks could easily be a soundtrack to a hit movie, and I felt that. It was released in 2021. How long did it take you to complete the album?
We don't talk about that.
Too long.
I think the oldest tracks on the album was written like early 2016. So yeah, about 5 years actually.
5 years, wow. Yeah, that's a long time. It is a long time. Yeah, but it was worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think we could be any happier with the way it turned out, actually.
Well, the lyrics are wonderful. Who are the writers in the band?
That's mostly me.
Congratulations. You also sing beautifully as well. You and your brother. You guys you're very gifted.
It's really fun singing together with Knut, because we have been singing together our whole lives, of course. So we sort of have this. We don't really need to talk about what we're gonna do. We just do it. So that's fun.
That's a big advantage. It really is.
Yeah.
Some of the tracks on the album, some of my favorite, of course, Picking Up the Pieces, great orchestral intro, awesome vocals. And I love their lyrics, you know, and all this time we waited. Are we getting closer? Are we going nowhere? Is there someone in there? Are we fever dreaming? Picking up the pieces. And this is where the title track, Playing House, when all the wolves are at our door. I mean, beautiful. Where do you get your inspiration from?
From the world, I guess. It could be really anything, but I think Picking Up the Pieces, we wrote it long before the pandemic hit, but something about it just really clicked when it did, because I wanted to capture something of the zeitgeist, the feeling of this society has been really strange these past years, and it was that sort of feeling I wanted to put into that song. So me and Knut wrote it together when the music was actually done, and then we had to find the lyrics to go with it. We'd struggled with it for a long time, but suddenly we just found it, and that was a song that we were actually debating on if we should put on the album before we went into studio, because it wasn't finished. We hadn't written it before we went into studio. We just had bits and pieces. We had all the different parts, but we didn't really have the whole arrangement. But Eivind, he said, we need to have this song on the album, and he just made a demo out of it, and then we just recorded it and found out, okay, we need to have this.
And it's very strange to think about what I actually heard when I recorded the drums now, because I've forgotten what it sounded like when I recorded the drums, because it was almost nothing to play together with.
So just a click track and some MIDI guitars.
Yeah, and when I listen to it now, it sounds like it sounds like we played it together, I think. But it's very funny how a song progresses from like the drum part is done to the final product.
Yeah. Also because when we were in the studio, we were really focused on getting the drums done, and we could, guitars you can record anywhere, but we had to get drums. Yeah. So even the song wasn't finished, we just have to just make some choices and get those drums.
That's the fate of the drummer. You have to you do the first bit. I can't finish it.
I can't believe how good it turned out in regards to that process, because it was not a good process. No, that song in particular.
And of course, the drummer and the bass player are always best friends, right? They need each other.
So the bass player, we follow the drummer, so we also track it often at the same time, So I have the same feeling as much. We track first, and then it come all these beautiful things on top of it.
And you don't always know what's going to happen.
So this is the song.
We always give a lot of credit, of course, to the guitar player. He's always the hero and everything. But I've talked to a lot of bass players, you know, a lot of famous bass players. You guys do a great job, man, because in every song you hear bass and it's very, very distinct, you know, and it basically keeps the rhythm of the band, you know, like the drummer, you know, so hats off to you, you know, bass players are very important. Don't anybody tell you differently. Tell that to Roger Waters, you know. I think one of my absolute favorite songs. Now, here's where the soundtrack to great movies come in. Beehive. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a James Bond theme. Doesn't this sound a little James Bond in there?
Yeah, it's no accident.
No, we're sort of suckers for a James Bond theme. It just sneaks in there. Yes. But we love playing Beehive. That's one of our favorite live tunes.
Definitely.
It's a banger. So
and I can remember when me and Eivind made the riff. We had a duo.
The chorus.
The chorus.
Right.
And it was just popping up. I don't think we thought about is it like a James Bond theme. It was like it happened just. Yeah.
So it was actually that song started with Mats, the drummer, playing the riff on the piano.
Right.
Yeah. The opening chorus.
The opening chorus.
And that was inspired by Radiohead. Everything in one place, like some parts of it, and Ingvild, the viola player, had some riffs in the verses.
Yeah, he had a bass line written on the viola, and I think it was inspired from some Rachmaninoff or something.
Yeah.
So it was really just a combination of lots of things happening at once.
That's a hit, man. I mean, you know, the lyrics: Lady Madonna, Helen of Troy, she's Cleopatra, Deadly Delilah, Decoy, Lady Madonna, Helen of Troy, she's Cleopatra, she's your Medusa, destroy. Were you mad when you wrote that?
No, not really, but I wanted something powerful and a bit overwhelming, even though it's sort of sensual, but it's like female power. So I thought it was fun writing it.
I just interviewed Ann Wilson from Heart recently, and she gets mad when she writes her lyrics too. Your brother comes into play with the next couple of tracks, All at Sea, which is a beautiful, soothing track, and Songs of Us, another beautiful track, you know. And talk about Child. That was an interesting song.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah.
We sometimes split the band up in different groups when we were doing writing sessions. Yeah. And I think that song was Åsa, the violin player. Yeah. And
I think it was never intended to be a Meer track. She was just playing around on this riff at a rehearsal.
Right.
And someone was like, "What's that?" Yeah, we need that. And just Knut started singing some lines of it, and it really took shape very fast.
And I think it's a fun track because it's really a different direction than the other songs, but also it corresponds. It fits in well as well.
It's like a palate cleanser, actually.
Yeah.
Did it have any special meaning to the song that you were thinking about?
Knut, he wrote it. That's the lyrics really, but it's sort of a lullaby. And a fun thing about it is that Åsa, she did some backing vocals on it, and she just had her baby when she went into the studio. So she was actually breastfeeding while singing the lullaby. So that has just given it some extra meaning to us. So it's sort of a song for her son, Birk, who's the baby of the band.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is very cool. Very, very cool. Here's a cool title. You Were a Drum, which is, that's a, the violins, I'm so glad you got violins in the band. I love violin.
Yeah.
And, ever since, like Game of Thrones, which was one of my favorite shows of all time, I think, didn't they film some of that in Norway? I think they did, didn't they? So No?
I don't know.
And maybe some of the north scenes.
Yeah.
No, I think it was mostly done in Ireland, actually.
Ireland, yeah.
They should.
They should actually. Yeah.
They filmed in so many different locations, but the violin is incredible in the band. I love it. And also the background voices in that track. I really, really like that, the way you put that in there.
Yeah, we're working a lot with that as well now that we're starting doing live shows again. So we're trying to take advantage of the fact that we're actually 8 people who are quite capable of singing. So we do a lot of live backing vocals as well. Or that's something we have to use a lot of time on practicing.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's very cool that you guys can switch off like that. You know, it makes it very instead of having one voice like most rock bands do, you know, you guys can trade off like that. It makes it, you know, more interesting of an album, I think. Honey was another cool track. I called it very sophisticated, it kind of a sexy song in a way. That could have been another movie soundtrack as well. And again, your lyrics. Is it all call or cry? He'll take your soul for a test drive. I mean, come on, that's incredible. Those are great lyrics.
Thank you so much. Honey was actually a sort of a sister song to Beehive. A counterpart.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So several of the songs on the record is actually linked to each other, and then Honey and Beehive is the most obvious link, I think. So it's sort of the same. I have the same image of what is going on, but it's from the different perspectives. Those 2 songs. So,
two songs. I was a top 40 disc jockey back in the late 70s, so I always pick a couple of tunes in every album that I think should be on the radio. If radio in the United States was like it used to be, now it's, you know, I hate to say that, but it sucks. You know, terrestrial radio here is horrible. They don't play any good stuff anymore. But 2 songs should be radio hits: Across the Ocean and She Goes. Those are definitely great for commercial radio, right?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
We haven't really gotten that much commercial radio here in Norway.
No.
It's hard to get noticed when you're a bit alternative, but I agree with you. I think Across the Ocean, at least, that would be a radio hit.
Definitely. And She Goes, man. I mean, there you go. You're getting mad again. Pin her down with ropes and chains. You bind her. She'll be free. Build a cage and lock her in.
Yeah. And the ending of that song is very powerful to play live too. The hard hitting on drums and it's a very hard hitting like ending also.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, you know, a song about you can't hold something back and then you just let all this.
Yeah.
I like it when it's really powerful, but also a bit playful as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very clever, you and your brother. The whole band, actually.
We're a bunch of nerds. So.
A bunch of nerds. Yeah, but nerds are very, you know, interesting and educated and sophisticated, you know. Nerds rule the world.
Yeah.
They do now, you know. Where do we go from here? That's another great track. Kind of, it's slow. It's a sad track in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Too many roads leading out there. Too many reasons. We're way overdue. Show me a road leading nowhere, and I will walk it with you. You know. Talk about this one.
Yeah, those lyrics were actually inspired by a local poet from where we are from. I don't know if Norwegians would understand it as would see it as that, but that was our inspiration when we wrote the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really beautiful, sad song by a Norwegian poet called Alf Prøysen.
Mm-hmm.
And when we recorded that version that is on the album, that was late one night when we were in the studio and we were all really tired and just wanted to go to bed. But we just worked 24/7. We were there for a week in a beautiful place by the ocean, and we just wanted to play as much as we could. So we just, okay, let's just try doing a live version with Eivind on the baritone guitar and Knut singing. So they just went in the studio and we recorded it live, and the rest of us just sat there really tired, but we all almost started crying because we just loved how it turned out. So I think you get that energy in there.
So the
Very
whole,
emotional, very emotional. Yeah.
The guitar and the vocals are just one take the whole song through, actually.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like just wailing away on guitar on some of these tracks? Do you hold yourself back? The David Gilmour doesn't come out in you?
I tucked him away, but it comes out sometimes. You know, maybe sometime in the future.
Maybe in the future, right?
But I think that we are maybe one of the few bands in the world that we need to say, hey, can you play some more? Can we turn up the guitar?
Yeah.
I don't think any other band ever hears that.
That's true. That's true. You know, Norway has a reputation now, right, for like death metal and progressive metal. You guys got a lot of those metal bands there, don't you? Yeah. Some are okay, but I can't listen to that all day long. I just went to a big festival that one of the radio stations in Tampa. I'm in Florida. They had Godsmack, 3 Days Grace, and then 8 other bands. And those 2 bands were okay, but there's a lot of like heavy metal bands, not heavy metal, death metal bands, you know, with the, that screaming voice. And the volume was so loud. You couldn't hear the vocals. You couldn't hear the instruments. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
It's a strange aesthetic, really.
Yeah. But we are a bit influenced by metal sometimes. I think that Eivind is I guess the most metalhead of us in the band.
And then comes me after that, I think.
Mats our drummer as well. So we let a little bit of metal into our music as well, but not that much. We like to keep it dynamic, so it's not everything all at once, but sometimes you can get a little crazy.
Well, maybe in future albums. Your music you can listen to anywhere. You can be, you know, going on a road trip and you can chill, you know, and love the music. I listened to your album a couple of times, man. I can listen to it over and over again. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And your voices, you and your brother's voices are very, very unique as well. You know, you don't sound like many people, which is another plus.
Thank you.
Your debut album, were you disappointed when that came out? You didn't get that much promotion from that, or?
Well, we did it all ourselves. We just put it out on our own label, and of course we would have wanted some more attention. But looking back on it now, I don't think we were really ready before now. I think this album, Playing House, maybe deserves a little bit more attention than the first one. The first one was an experimental thing for us, just trying to come together, and I think we learned a lot from making that first album, and we do still play some of the songs from the album, but
and there we evolved from TED GLEN Extended to Meer, I feel. This from the first album with Meer to Playing House, we have evolved as the more finished Meer. Like now we can listen to us when we hear it.
It's been more of a collective process as well. We have written it more together with all the 8 people in the band. But it's been really fun getting so much feedback from all over the world with this record. That's been really overwhelming and so cool. So we just hope that we will be able to get out and play around the world. Yeah.
What is your plans on touring? When are you going to begin touring again?
we will not be playing this much this year. A little bit here at home in Norway, and a little trip to around Europe this fall. But we're looking at next year now, and maybe we'll go to the States. We
That'd
hope
be wonderful.
Please.
You know, it's really hard booking shows right now because everyone playing this autumn was actually booked 2 years ago. So
yeah, it's like a long queue to get out.
It is. It's tough. It's very, very tough. And plus, the airlines are crazy now. There's crazy people on the airlines, crazy passengers. I mean, there's so many strange things going on. And well, if you come to the States, make sure you come to Florida. I can help you find a good venue in the Tampa Bay area. I know a lot of people, so
we would love that.
Yeah, just contact me when you're ready, and I'll help you out.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, the debut album, I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, Night by Day, combination of voices there. It's a very pretty song. It kind of sounded like Alan Parsons in a way, like an Alan Parsons album, you know? And how do you pronounce? I know this is a name, female name in Norway. Is it Solveig?
Solveig. Yes.
Solveig. Okay. I gotta learn how to speak your language. It's such a beautiful language too. That's a radio hit, by the way.
Yeah.
Great track. Shortcut to a Masterpiece. Another beautiful song. The song Ghost reminded me a lot of Crosby, Stills and Nash. I heard that in the song.
We actually play it live a bit.
We have
all the layers.
Yeah, Ghost is a favorite. I like that very much.
I think actually the working title for the song was Americana because we tried to do some American sounding thing and just added like a very Norwegian fiddle on top. So
love the track. Dover Beach, which is that from the famous poem by Matthew Arnold?
Yeah, it is actually. It was Mats, our drummer's idea. He was the one who came up with the
very good suggestion.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then I got the opportunity to play it's a very fun song to play live for me as a drummer because I can play various stuff over the riff there near the end of the song. And that's also a song we haven't played in years, and
really?
It's nice to pick it up again.
Yeah. The beat reminded me a little bit of Joe Jackson. The kind of the melody, a little bit of Joe Jackson, right? You remember the song? Is she really going out with him? A big hit? No.
No.
Am I that old? Oh my goodness.
We don't know.
But just some of the other tracks real quick. Is it Acrasia? Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Acrasia, beautiful tune. Which means the state of mind in which someone acts against their better judgment through weakness of will. That's the definition of Acrasia. Very clever to come up with it. Grains of Sand, another beautiful track. I Surrender. And this is a cool title, and it's an instrumental, Sorry for the Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to explain that.
It's a story behind it that it's just for
someone was drunk and didn't remember much from the last night, and then someone came over and said, "I'm really sorry for the kiss." I was like, huh? What?
Did that happen? Who did that happen to? Did that happen to you, Johanna?
It did not happen to me, but I could say that the song is really evolving around the bass line, so maybe it happened to someone playing the bass. I don't know.
Oh, okay. You gotta watch out for those bass players.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. They're sneaky. And of course, Valentina in the Sky, great opening. That's a cool song. You know, I love the way that song shifts to different, you know, it's very, that's like that's definitely a prog tune, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's our epic. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys like being labeled a prog band? I know there's, you know.
We don't mind. When we started out, we didn't really set out to be a prog band. That was not something that we
consciously
didn't.
But I think it's been great being welcomed by the prog society. And I think that the prog listeners are so they're so
interested.
Great listeners, and so we don't. I don't know if you can call us prog rock in the classical sense, but we don't mind if you do either. So
yeah, and it opens some opportunities for us, because if we were labeled a pop band in that genre specifically, it's maybe you have some boundaries, but I don't feel we have any like boundaries or something. We can do whatever we want, and the audience really listens to the details in the music, and that's something we really appreciate.
Exactly right.
When we make songs, it's not like, oh, we have to do this because otherwise we lose our listeners. Like we feel this freedom when we write.
Yeah,
and that's thanks to the prog rock community, I think, because we have many people contacting us and asking us about like details in the music and stuff that we even haven't thought about ourselves. So it's very cool to have such devoted audience.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be bad opening up for, say, Yes or King Crimson or Jethro Tull. It wouldn't be a bad thing. So are you guys working on the next album? What's going on?
Yeah. We are. We have started out doing some writing sessions. Yeah. So I think we'll get
some demos,
some more songs done this summer.
Okay.
So it's on its way.
But we're not rushing anything.
No.
Okay.
We can't rush anything in this band, because we have to like, if we feel we're rushing things there, it's like it has to be like the product we really can stand in for and release with like a good feeling. So we have to take the time and really write things that is the best version of us.
Yeah, but it won't be 5 years this time.
No.
But we're not going to get 2 or 3 albums out of you guys every year, right?
Probably.
Just wait when you. I mean, what do you think about your record deal right now? Your label? Are you happy with it? They put out a lot of bands in out there.
They do. Yeah. So we've been really happy with Karisma. They're great people, and I think they've opened a lot of doors for us, and
really.
We've gotten big reach out of it. So
it's night and day compared to the last album.
Yeah.
Great guys.
You really see the difference between label and not label, especially for us.
Yeah. It's not like the old days where they're saying, okay, we need a hit and we need it by tomorrow. It's not like that anymore. It used to be that way.
Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah. It's all right. Let them ask me. I can tell them what the hits are going to be on your album.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it. And you should definitely have soundtracks for movies, you know? I mean, that's the next Bond, you know? Definitely the next Bond theme. We got to see who's going to play the next Bond, because did you see the last Bond movie?
Yeah.
Sad, right? I didn't want to see that to happen. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but
I haven't watched it.
No?
and all them aliens and the UFO.
Yeah, I know. Where did that come from? They took Daniel Craig away up in the and I don't know what planet they took him to, but that was very strange. So you got the new album coming. Do you have lyrics written already for the next album?
No.
No.
That's a hard no.
I think I'm content with the lyrics that I've written, but really I think that's the hardest part, writing lyrics.
Yeah.
It doesn't come easily to me.
Yeah.
It's a part of the process. So we'll see where it goes. I don't really know what direction we'll be going yet.
No.
But on our latest jams, it's been more maybe a little grungy, more rock stuff.
Maybe it's the stoner. Actually.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's good.
But stoner rock. So we'll see where it goes. But knowing us, I think it will go in a lot of different direction at the same time. But,
Well, here's a suggestion on the next album. Maybe 1 or 2 tracks can feature a little more guitar, electric guitar, so I can,
I agree.
I will see.
Maybe a drum solo, a bass solo.
No, but we had a drum solo and bass solo on the first album.
Yeah.
So you got yours. Now it's my.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn. That's right.
Yeah.
The guitar always sticks out. You got to have a great guitar player in the band, especially today. I'm going to ask you guys a question that I ask every band that I with the same question. I get some very interesting answers. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Field of Dreams. It's about baseball. No, okay. Well, in the movie, they ask them, if you had a wish, what would it be? So I'm asking you, if you had a wish to perform, collaborate with anyone from the past or present, who would that be? And you can pick a band, you can pick a couple of guys, you can go back to the great composers of Mozart and Beethoven and all that. That's fine. Each one of you have to answer that.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I just watched the Beatles documentary, the Get Back.
The new one, yeah.
And doing something with John Lennon, I wouldn't, but maybe watching that documentary didn't look that easy though. So maybe I'll have to think on that. But just being in the room with the people like that would be amazing. So
maybe I know Julian Lennon's PR people. Maybe he would do something with you. He's got a new album coming out later this year. Yeah. You and Julian. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
close.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
I've always been a big fan of Tchaikovsky, so maybe I should have done something with him.
Yeah. You should.
Very good. Imagine an electric guitar with Tchaikovsky, Definitely Prog. Definitely Prog. They started Prog, didn't they? Who's next?
I'm still thinking.
I think I have to pick the melodic lines of Miles Davis.
Okay.
He's our jazz guy.
Yeah.
He's our jazz.
That's alibi.
I love jazz. Jazz is awesome. Yeah. Good answer. You got a million drummers out there. This should be easy.
I think Led Zeppelin, maybe.
John Bonham.
Absolutely. That would be, nothing less than mind-blowing. If you transported back to the 60s or 70s to do something, it would be,
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Oh, what else you guys got? Anything else you want to promote?
I'm releasing a new song with my other band, Paper Crown,
Okay.
next week. Yeah. So people can check out that as well. And if you want to come to Norway this summer, we're playing a very small festival at home, where me and my brother grew up in the forest.
In the forest? You grew up in the forest, huh?
Yeah, if you go to our YouTube channel and check out the music video for Across the Ocean,
okay,
then you see where we grew up, and we have a festival there every year. So that's the highlight of the year. So that's what we're looking forward to now. It's still a bit chilly here in
Is it?
Norway, so we're looking forward to summer and playing and partying.
You can also mention that we're working on finishing up the one track that we cut from Playing House.
Yeah, so there will be a single coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know how long, but
It's a weird track though. It's not like a hit single or anything, but you just wanted to finish it up and get it out
Right.
there.
Well,
But it's
my
definitely-
advice to you guys: keep the momentum going from Playing House, because don't do 5 years again, please.
no.
You guys are
Our goal is next year to
good.
get the album out. But yeah, we'll see. But we'll do everything we can to get it out.
Yeah, you're way too talented to just, and when a song is ready, does everybody have to vote on it, or how does that work?
I think most of the times when it's ready, we just all know it. So it's not like we have to talk so much about it.
But we're good Scandinavian social democrats, so everyone gets. Yeah.
Now it's really important for us that everyone in the band has the same ownership of all the material. So it's not like we're a core with lots of hired guns around us. We're all just equally parts of the band.
And then and that's growing stronger the last year. So it's a good thing that we have feeling. We have to feel it, all of us.
Yeah, keep that positivity as a family band, because you know how bands get into all these, little dumb issues, and they break up and mad at each other, and it's a shame, I just had Roger Fisher from Heart. I know all the guys from Heart. Do you know Heart?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm not that ancient, But some of the band members want to make amends. There's some bad blood in there, but there's still some people out there that don't, and it's a shame because all the original members are still around and they can get together and tour, but they won't because there's still bad blood there. So, but you guys look great. Your personalities they mesh well with each other, and you look happy in all your pictures. Like a Friends episode. Listen, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today. I know it's difficult getting 4 of you together on a Zoom call,
Yeah.
especially in the same room. I'm impressed.
And the 3 of us live in the same building, so it's not that hard.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
Oh, anytime. Let's keep in touch. I want to follow your stardom, because I think you guys will get very, very well known across the globe, and I'm going to do my best to promote you guys, because that's what I'm all about, promoting great music.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It means
Really
the world.
appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And I just want to mention your debut album and your latest album is available, Playing House. I guess you can go directly to your website at www.meerband.com. And I think it's on Amazon too, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I saw it on Amazon.
What I know for certain is that I'm about to send the last copies of our debut album to Karisma Records to sell at Bandcamp. So that's the safest bet right now.
Bandcamp? Okay. What about going directly to Karisma Records also?
Yeah, that's also.
www.karismarecords.no, I believe that's what it is. And also Paper Crown is on www.papercrownmusic.bandcamp.com. So you can check that out as well. And you guys are on Facebook, Instagram as well. And yeah, there you go. You're everywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. I love your music. Keep doing what you're doing. And God bless.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.